Okay, so my name is Madeline Hebert, and this is a demonstration on how to give a blood transfusion. So I'm going to start by looking at the physician's orders for Jerry Artrique, and looking at his FIN number 261824375. And I'm looking at the order, so it says for today, now, that's the time. What we're giving is packed red blood cells. The amount is 1 unit, and it's going to be given over 2 hours. So I would now I would do my calculations for the rate of what I'm going to give it at the start and what I'm going to change it to. And then I would check if there's any other orders, and then for the physician's signature. So I looked at my physician's orders. I'm going to look now to see that there's consent for the transfusion. So I see here for Jerry Artrique, he signed consent, and the consent, the time it was signed is still valid, and it's signed by the doctor as well. So that's good, he's got consent. And now I want to look at, so he's got, this is recent, so we know the cross match is good, and we've got the cumulative blood transfusion record we'll be filling out. So I'm going to right now take my record of transfusion, and I'm going to get my blood bag up from the lab. So I got my blood bag here. I'm also going to grab a second nurse right now, and we're going to start doing the checks. So the first check, I'm going to be taking the record of transfusion, and she's got the patient demographic sheet. So I'm checking the name, Jerry Artrique, Jerryatrique, and she's checking Jerryatrique, safe. And then I'm listing off the FIN number 261824375, and she's looking at the FIN number 261824375. So we're done with the patient demographic sheet. And now we're going to check against the blood tag. I'm just going to wash my hands before touching this. So my second nurse has the blood tag, and I'm looking at the record of transfusion. And again, Jerryatrique, and she's checking Jerryatrique. The FIN number 261824375, and she checks 261824375. The patient blood group, AB positive, she checks AB positive. The component blood group, AB positive, and she checks component blood group, AB positive, and I know that they're compatible because they're the same. And then donation number C051008900445, in a box, and she checks C051008900445, in a box. So the record of transfusion is checked, and now I'm going to take the blood bag, and she's going to keep looking at the blood tag. So I am looking at what I'm giving, so red blood cells, and any other information here. I'm looking at the volume, 358 mils, and I included that in my calculation of the new rate. So the donation number is C051008900445, in a box, and she's checking the donation number, C051008900445, in a box, and the component blood group is AB RH positive, and she's checking component blood group AB positive. And then I would also check to make sure that this is not expired, and the cross match is not expired. So now I can take the blood bag, and I'm going to just look at it, make sure that there is no clots, no streaking, discoloration, there's no tears in the bag, and the bag looks good to me. So I can now go to the bedside. I'm going to take my blood tubing, I've got my blood bag, I'm going to take my cumulative blood record, I would take my calculation of the new rate, and I got a pen, I got a flush, some alcohol swabs, got my gloves, and my 250 bag normal saline. So I'm going to take a second nurse with me. We're going to go to the bedside. So I'm putting all my stuff down here. I'm washing my hands as I come in. Hi, I'm Madeline Hebert. I'm going to be your student nurse today. Can I see your wristband, please? So then I take the wristband. I've got my second nurse here. She's holding the blood tape, and I'm looking at the wristband. ATRIQUE, JERRY, Jerry Archery. So she checks JERRY, ATRIQUE. The FIN number 261-824-375. And the FIN number 261-824-375. Okay, and can you also please spell out your first and last name, please? So he spells out his first and last name, letter by letter. So we've identified our patient and done our fourth check together. Okay, so Mr. Artrick, I am here to give you your blood transfusion. I'm Madeline Hebert, your student nurse. And I checked in the chart that you gave your consent to this. Do you still give your consent? Okay, so he gives his consent. So again, the reason we're giving you this is because you have low hemoglobin, you lost a lot of blood, and the doctor wants to give you some more blood. I will, as part of giving this transfusion, I'll be monitoring you more closely. I'll be monitoring you closely for the first 15 minutes, just to watch for those signs of a possible transfusion reaction. So some signs of a reaction could be itchiness, you feel feverish, anything unusual like that, please let us know. I'll also be taking your vital signs more often, so I'm going to take your vital signs right now. Take vital signs right before the transfusion. I'll be taking vital signs after 15 minutes, every hour during the transfusion, at the end of the transfusion, and 1 hour post-transfusion. And then we'll also be monitoring your lab work to make sure those hemoglobin levels are going up, and we'll be monitoring you more frequently. So I've done my patient teaching, done my assessment, my evaluation, my right to refuse. I'll go over the documentation at the end, and my education. So now I'm ready to spike her day.
I'm just going to ask for a second.
I'm going to wash my hands first. I already checked that he has a patent IV, but I will flush it once more before the end. I'm also noting that I have a primed line of emergency normal saline ready to go in case of transfusion reaction. Before doing this, I want to make sure that all my taps are closed. So these are all closed. We're going to take one.
Okay.
Spike my 250 bag normal saline.
My bag, and then I set up the test tubing over here, and I've made a label for the full test tubing as well. So I have all my supplies here, and I need alcohol swabs. And that's it. Let's do the patient's food.
So that's spiked. Can I hang that up here? And I want to make sure that my filter is full. I'm going to open that up. I'm just squeezing the top of the filter, top of the chamber above the filter. I'm not squeezing the filter because I don't want to wreck that filter. So I want to make sure everything is closed below the filter. Making sure those air bubbles out and the chamber is completely immersed in normal saline. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. And I'm going to make sure that this whole line is run through of normal saline. So I'm going to open up my clamp here. I'm going to take off my blue cap. I'm going to run that through. Okay, I don't see any more air bubbles in there. Oh, there's Put this back on. And I'm going to recap this. Now I want to do my blood. So I'm going to put that here for now. I want to clamp this up again. That's clamped, and I want to make sure it's close to my normal saline. I'm going to wash my hands, put on a pair of gloves.
Sometimes medication can be signs of hypoglycemia, which are basically symptoms loss of dizziness,
So I'm taking my blood bag. It's closed for now.
Is it okay to give
I'm going to take off my...
patient says yes, so I have consent of the patient to get this medication from the assessment. I did vital signs before giving this medication. I have 10 patients that glucose. And
I'm going to spike my blood bag.
Every hour, or as per the hospital's policies or protocols for checking their glucose during the infusion and post-infusion as well. So this is good. So I have all my assessments, and now I'm just going to set up my tubing.
So that's spiked. Can I clean that up?
In the room, I also checked this.
And I want to open up my clamp here. And I'm going to let my blood run through now. So I can, so I got it close to the normal saline, open to the blood, and I'm going to open these clamps.
So this tubing is supposed to have a cap on the edge, but the downcut has been reduced. It doesn't have a cap. So I'm just going to go grab a cap.
See, it's coming through. I want the blood to fill my lineup. Normal saline still running out.
Okay, so let's say this is all new.
So my blood's all the way to the end now. I'm closing up my clamp there.
So this is a portal of tubing. Just for patient safety, so that nobody can.
And I'm going to close this up for now. I want to lock this. And now I'm going to put this into the cup. And so
Fight the bag. So you just have to roll it the demo so it doesn't have a filter in it.
I'm going to press open. Oh, it's on standby. Primary.
And then make sure the pump is close to this so we don't use any medication.
I'm going to open.
I'm just going to close the pump.
Got that in there. And I'm going to take these gloves off. I'm going to wash my hands, and I'm going to program my pump. So I'm going to go to change mode, and I want to find label line. So page down. I'll go to label line, select. I'm looking for blood.
Okay, I have to climb the tubing first. So I'm just trying to
Red blood cell, select. So I'm going, yes, red blood cell. So I want to go up to the rate. And I'm going to start at slow at 15 mils an hour for the first 15 minutes. The volume is going to be 358. So I like that. I'm going to go confirm. And then I'm going to wash my hands again. And I want to just give my line another flush before I connect. So I'm almost ready to get your transfusion started. Just going to flush your line there. So I just touched the top of my syringe, so I'm gonna just call a nurse to bring me a syringe. So she brings me a flush. She brings me a new flush, making sure there's no air in there. And I'm gonna swab this for 30 seconds. Let it dry for 15. Okay, so again, having a clumsy day, I'm gonna call my nurse. She's gonna bring me a new 10 ml flush. So she brings me a new flush. This is a brand new flush. I've swabbed my site for 30 seconds, let it dry for 15. So I'm flushing. And before doing this, I would actually aspirate too. It would be best practice to check for blood return. So flush is easy, we're in a vein, it's good. So I can now attach my blood tubing.
So I've done all of this. This is still fluid because it has a cap on. I'm just gonna change this.
So attach my blood tubing. Now before pressing start, I want to make sure all my clamps are open. That's open, except for my normal saline. I want to keep that one closed. I'm going to open up my blood one here, and I'm going to press start. So before I leave, I want to make sure again that all my clamps are open. That should be. And I want to make sure that there's, I can see some drops in here, and I can see some drops coming. It's running pretty slow, but I saw a couple drops, and I can also see on here that it's running. I'm going to take these off, wash my hands, and I would stay with the patient for 15 minutes and monitor them. I would also, after those 15 minutes, change the rate to 197 mils an hour, which would make it over 2 hours. And I would document on my cumulative blood record, my nurse and my second nurse's signature, what we gave, the time, the blood product, patient education, and I'd be documenting those vital signs on here as well. And make sure my patient has their call bell before I leave, but for now I'm just staying with the patient.
Okay. So I have